Hi everyone, welcome to Sit, Sip, and Knit. My name is Marie and this is my knitting crochet podcast. I am coming to you from just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I want to welcome back anybody that has followed me along on these first couple podcasts that I've done. I think this is podcast number 8. And also welcome any new viewers. You're very welcome here, and I hope you will look through the other podcasts and find something that you like and that you will like and subscribe. Well, today I wanted to talk about some finished objects. I have, I think, 2 knitted finished objects and 1 crocheted finished object. I have a lot of works in progress that I want to show you, and also some acquisitions. Rick, my husband, and I just got back from a trip to Florida to see my mother-in-law, and it was very nice trip down there, lovely visit. And while I was there was right in Fort Lauderdale a yarn shop that I used to frequent whenever we would go to visit, but I don't know if it was because of the pandemic or what, but that is now closed. So I got on the internet and found a new yarn shop. It was probably about 20 minutes away from where my mother-in-law lived, and we visited there, and I have some wonderful things to show you from there. And so let's get started with some finished objects. The first thing you'll see, it is a beautiful day here. It's Sunday, Father's Day here in the United States. We will be having, my kids will be coming over and we'll be barbecuing in honor of Father's Day. So it will be too warm to wear this, but I did finish this on the trip down to Florida. We did drive, well, Rick drove, and I had some prime knitting time, which is just wonderful. But anyway, so I did finish this. On my last podcast, I did say I wanted to pull out some whips that I've had languishing in a closet, in bags, not even sure what I have. Some are just near finished and I just put them aside and picked up something else. So I am determined to this summer to not only start new projects, but also pick up some languishing whips, works in progress, and see about getting some of those finished. So I promised you last podcast, like I said, that I would do that, and I did. This has been on the needles for a while. I'm not even sure what this yarn is, but you can see it's beautiful. It's beautiful fingering weight yarn. Colors are just fabulous. If you know me, you know I like jewel tone colors. As I was working this up, I had about halfway done, but I was thinking to myself, wow, these colors are bright. But I actually sat poolside and would knit on this, and people would comment about the beautiful colors. But anyway, and you can see that beautiful gold sparkle in there. Like I said, I did finish it. This pattern, you can see the pretty lace detail there on the end. This was a large ball of yarn, a cake of yarn. I believe it was probably more than 100 grams. And I used every bit of it. I worked till I had enough to bind off. This is called the Blink Shawl, which some of you would have known, and I think I spoke about before. I have made this pattern numerous times. It just comes out so beautiful. I would use a skein of yarn, beautiful yarn that I had, and just work it up and do the lace edging here for as long as, you know, I had repeats, for as long as I had yarn to do it. And this one I was able to make a little bigger. I just love how the ends here, see how they kind of curl there. It's just a beautiful light shawl. But anyway, so this, let me show you, is the Eye Blink shawl, and I know I've shown it before, by Heidi Ellender. I will link that below, but you can see here it is a large shawl. You start up here at the middle and then work out. And like I said, when I had a beautiful skein of yarn, I'd do a one skein project and just do the lace repeat for as much yarn as I had. So you can certainly make it bigger, do a larger repeat of the lace. Like this one, it was, like I said, more than 100 skeins. So I was able to get maybe 3 rounds of the pattern done there. But anyway, just a beautiful pattern, lace, but not hard to do. The top part is just a lot of garter stitch, so that's mindless. And then once you get to the lace, it keeps your interest. So anyway, again, that's the Eye Blink shawl, my first finished object. This may be going to my daughter-in-law. I think she'll love it. Of course, won't be able to wear it right now with the wool. It is light, but too hot to wear now in the summer. But anyway, the second finished object that I have, knitted finished object, is a pair of socks. And some of you, if you've seen me on Instagram, and I'll put all my information below. I am on Instagram. I have a website, sitsipandknit@gmail.com, but I will put that below also. I am on Ravelry. I have to get better out there. I just saw that I had a message from someone out there that I just answered back to. So I will start checking that. I also want to start a Ravelry group out there because I'd like to do the your languishing whips. Maybe I can put up a thread out there under my Ravelry page, and like I said, I'll put that information below, that we can start posting some whips, languishing whips that you have, that you may have pick up and finish this summer, like I'm going to try to do. As always, I like to give out prizes, so I'll put more detail out there about that. But I will be putting that thread out in Ravelry, so please be sure and check that out. As I was saying, my next finished object, like I said, that you may have seen, I posted a picture. I finished in the car ride home from Florida. I started those before we left, and I'm not sure if I showed them or not on the podcast, but yes, a pair of socks. I think I showed the yarn. These are just a basic recipe, so there is no, I followed no pattern except the one that I always follow in my head, and I will let you know about that. I did finish both of them. You see here, they are top down. I do a German twisted cast on here. It gives it a nice stretchy top, and then 2x2 rib for about 2 inches. I guess this is about 5 inches. I don't like my socks too high. And then I do heel flap and gusset construction, and then just a rounded toe. I can say that, let me show you the yarn here. I think I showed it before, but the yarn is from a Yarn to Dye For Designs. That's there, right there, cute little logo there. And the colorway, it was a sock set. I saw it, and the colorway is called a 4th celebration. Here in the U.S., we will be celebrating next month, 4th of July, and I said I wanted these socks done for the 4th of July. I know they'll be too warm to wear on a picnic or anything, but I will wear them to work. I do have to work 4th of July, so, and I did get them done, and I'm very happy. But anyway, this was beautiful yarn, a beautiful sock set. I have never done a changed colors for a heel toe and cuff. I just used to think that it would be, I don't know, more ends to weave in, maybe I'd get holes. I don't know, maybe I was just too lazy to do it, but this was a sock set, like I said, so I went ahead and tried, and you know what? I just love the result. I love the end result. It is very cute, so I will be using my minis probably going forward to do the same thing. But anyway, so like I said, just a basic recipe sock, top down, as I always do. If any of you have followed along, I did do a tutorial on how to knit your first sock. I did do it as a slipper sock, I called it, because we used worsted weight yarn, top-down construction, like I said, but the worsted weight and bigger needles is a good way to start to learn to knit socks, to learn the construction of it. They go quick. I hope some of you were able to finish those, and if not, please check back on the tutorials under my podcast name here, Sit, Sip, and Knit. I think there are 7 tutorials out there, starting from the German twisted cast on. Let me show you here. This is actually my finished pair of slipper socks. Actually, I have a couple of them finished. But anyway, this is what it looked like here. See, with the thicker yarn, the 2x2 ribbing for the leg of the sock, heel flap and gusset. We learned the gusset, and decreasing of the toe, and then the Kitchener stitch for the toe. So like I said, if you're new to the podcast, just watching it now, you might want to go back if you want to learn to knit socks. But anyway, that's what we did. We learned, like I said, the German twisted cast on, and then 2x2 rib. So I hope that you will give that a try. And I did promise anyone that commented on the last of my tutorials, I will give it through Monday the 21st, I think. If you comment, let me know that you did try the tutorial or even view the tutorial, I will get in touch with you, and I will send out a little gift of thank you for viewing it. And if you finished, please go ahead and send me. You can send me on Ravelry or through the email that I'll put below, a picture. I'd love to see a picture of your finished slipper socks. So that is that. The third finished object that I have is a crocheted object. Let me grab that here for you. I was inspired by a picture I saw that someone had done a placemat. I've been looking for placemats for my table. I always love to use placemats on my wood table here, and I was looking for a pattern, not sure what I wanted, and I saw somebody had made up their own pattern with granny squares that was just beautiful. I wish I had the information, but I think it was on Facebook, one of the knitting Facebook channels that I subscribe to. I can't tell you who it was, but I would love to give them credit because it was just beautiful. So I decided to do my own. They didn't have a pattern out there. So, and I've done crocheted granny squares. I'm sure all those of you that crochet have done granny squares. But anyway, I did order some yarn, and I'll show you that. But let me show you the finished prototype here that I have. Okay. Just 6 granny squares here with that I bordered. Is this the right side? I think I'm showing you the wrong side. There we go. Okay. And just did a scalloped border on it. No pattern, like I said. I finished this one, started more squares, and I'm just hoping that I remember how I did the scallop. Crochet is pretty easy for me to figure out just by looking at it, so I think I'll be okay. But I need 6 of them, so I have one finished. I have some squares started here. You can see I just did the squares here, some with a inside color. But anyway, I did, my kitchen is green, if you haven't noticed, really green, a different green than I expected it to be. But I had accents of grapes, purple, so purples and greens, and that's what I wanted on my table. So I was able to find some yarn that I ordered online, I think through Webs, if I'm not mistaken. But it was the Scheepjes Stone Washed. Let me show you here. It is wonderful yarn. I've seen on another podcast somebody uses the Scheepjes brand yarn. It was economical, beautiful yarn, 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. So I thought it would hold up well and wash well as placemats on the table. So that's what I got. Here's a couple colors here. But anyway, that is what I used. Like I said, I think I used a size G hook. This is a, I'm not even sure, maybe a DK weight. But I just did granny squares, connected them, and did a border. So anyway, my inspiration, like I said, was somebody's beautiful placemat that they did with granny squares, and if I knew the name, I would give it to you because it was just beautiful. I did change mine up a bit, and like I said, did my own pattern, but I'm really happy with the result, and I got to I really want to finish these, so this is something I'll be sure to be working on and hopefully get a couple more done so that I can show them to you. So anyway, that was my 3rd finished object there. And let's see, so I did have a project started. I think I showed you, let me grab it here. I was doing the, I had started the Etta here, this little summer tea here. I thought that it would be a great project, of course, for the summer. I took it with me to Florida, but I was intent on finishing that scarf, so I did do that. But if you remember, I had started it, and because the pattern is wonderful, but it's a Barocco pattern there. I had started it and didn't mark what size I was doing, and somehow along the way I started one size but was continuing with the other size, and it was lopsided. I had to tear it back out, and just thought, am I gonna finish this or do this? But I am on my way now. I started over again. So I mean, that's knitting. It's just knitting. It's supposed to be relaxing, and if you have to start over, retry, you know, that's fine. It works out. Just take your time. That's what I tell everybody. You know, here and there you might have a little bobbles or hiccups along the way, but just keep going. I think you'll be happy when you finish a project, and you'll be really proud. So anyway, so that is the Etta, and let me show you here. It's actually in this cute little bag. I know I've shown it before. It's by 3 by the Sea Designs here, 3 by the Sea. It's very, very cute little bag here. But anyway, in here is my Etta project. The yarn that I'm using, I know I showed before, it's the Noro. Beautiful, it's beautiful cotton silk yarn. I did get it at my pretty local to me yarn shop called Kid You Not, and I will put her link below also. Anyway, so it is this Noro yarn here. I just love the colors. Something about pinks and orange together just grabs my attention. So anyway, I thought that'd be a great summer yarn with the cotton and the silk. This is a worsted weight sweater. So it is going pretty fast. It's top down. Here is where I'm at here. I've already split for the sleeves, as you can see there, and am doing the starting the body now. Unfortunately, with this overall color pattern of yarn, and it's like a thick and thin type yarn, you can't really see the lace detail. Maybe once it's on and blocked. See that there. But anyway, it just gave a little more interest to it. Maybe you can see it a bit. But these colors, like I said, not really something that I would wear, but they just grabbed my attention, and the yarn is beautiful. The pattern is wonderful, as long as you make sure you're doing the correct size when you're supposed to. Very easy, little bit of lace here, very easy, just yarn overs, and then splitting for the sleeves, and then it's just a little bit, it has some shaping, some waist shaping, which I like. So that's what I'm doing now. It did have some short rows to make the back here a little higher, which was very easy to do if you've never done short rows. I prefer the German short rows as opposed to the wrap and turn. I think in this pattern it may call for the wrap and turn method. I just went out on YouTube and looked for different methods of doing short rows, and I came across the German short rows. You can convert any pattern from the wrap and turn to the German short rows, very easy. There are videos out there, and I'll link the one that I use below that actually taught me how to do it. And you can see how it raises the back here, so the neck is down, so it's not this way. But anyway, easy to do, not hard at all. And I think it has little cap sleeves, so hopefully I will be done with this before my next podcast, and maybe I'll be wearing it. So anyway, that is that. Again, that's Etta it's a Barocco pattern. Was it free? It may have been free when I got it. I'm not sure if it's free now, but you might want to check that out. I did not use the yarn that they suggested, a Barocco yarn, but you certainly can. So anyway, that is that. All right. Next, let me see here. I showed you last podcast. I actually had an acquisition of this book, Knitted Tanks and Tunics here. It's just, there you go. Angela Hahn, by Angela Hahn here. And my daughter actually was looking through it and found this pattern here. It's called Yuma. It's like off the shoulder, and love that. Let me show you another picture here. I don't want to give away the pattern, but here it is there. So something certainly my daughter could wear. So I did also start this pattern, another work in progress, and that's fine. Sweater for me. Hopefully it'll be done by the next podcast, and maybe this one also. So anyway, yeah, so that is in Knitted Tanks and Tunics. Let me show you it here. I am doing it in this beautiful green. She did pick this beautiful green. And look, I also have the stitch markers. Aren't those beautiful? I think I showed them on my podcast before, but I will link the information to those also below. But here it is here on the needles. Hard to see, it's scrunched up on these needles here, but a very nice lace pattern there. You can see that. See, so it's coming out wonderfully. It's done on the diagonal, I think, starting at the bottom in the round, going up this way probably to the off the shoulder type construction. What I am using is Sirdar Snuggly Baby Bamboo. This is a green that my daughter picked out. It is a DK weight, and let's see, it's 80% bamboo and 20% wool. So it's beautiful. I've made baby things, of course, out of this, but it's making a beautiful fabric, and I think it'll be great for summer. Lightweight type fabric, and this color is just, it just screams summer, doesn't it? So I'm hoping to get that done for her. So that was that there, and I will put that also below for your information. All right, let's see, the next thing that I wanted to show here, I did start another pair of socks. I am intent on always having a pair of socks on the go, ready to just pick up something easy to carry in a bag. But this is, let me show you here. I did have somebody on the tutorial for the slipper sock. I had somebody asking if you could use the thinner weight yarn and do a, one skein sock project with, like we did the slipper sock, and certainly, of course, you can. And if that was Linda. Hi, Linda, if you're watching. She had said that she has a beautiful skein of yarn that she wanted to use, and she was just learning socks. And she was interested in doing this pattern here. Linda, I believe this is the pattern that you were talking about. It's called Pinky. It is, let's see, designed by Trude Hertaas. I'll show you there. But anyway, so that is the beautiful sock pattern there. They're for Shorty Socks, and you can certainly do that. Same type of construction. Of course, with the thinner yarn, sock yarns, you're going to, of course, add on more stitches. This is also a top-down construction with a heel flap and gusset with a lace pattern on the top. Very manageable, very easy so far as what I've done. Let me show you here. And I don't happen to have, I know I showed this yarn on the podcast before, but I don't have the bow band with me. But anyway, it's I had started another pair of socks with this yarn, and because of the hand-dyed It's not a striping pattern, but just an all over beautiful color pattern here. The socks that I did start with this, it just wasn't coming out right. So I took it out. There you go again. Don't be afraid to start over. But I did take it out and started these socks with it, and I think it'll be just beautiful. Here is all I have started so far. It is Shorty Socks, so you can see you just do the small bit of ribbing on the top, and then you start with your heel flap right there. And I think the colors are just beautiful. That is scream summer also, and the cute little Shorty Socks will work also. But anyway, so that I just started, and I'm almost done with the heel flap. And like I said, if you have never done socks, please check out my tutorials on how to do socks. Same type of construction, whatever the pattern says, I always do German twisted cast on, and I show you that in my tutorials. And then the heel flap and gusset construction is what I love to do, but there are many ways to do socks. So once you get started, I always thought, why would I knit socks? I just never got the concept until I started knitting them. And then they are addictive. They are addictive, and these Shorty Socks are going to go so quick, so quick. So, but anyway, those are the pinky socks. And like I said, I hope you'll give those a try. There you go. All right. So that is another work in progress. I think that's all the finished objects and works in progress that I have right now. But let me show you what I have acquired. I told you on our trip to Florida, I did find, I call this yarn heaven. I've been in lots of little yarn shops, and they are wonderful. They're all unique. They all have their own personality. They all have their own, different types of yarn that they carry. In Florida, I was looking for maybe something more linen, cotton, and it didn't disappoint me. They had a big selection of that as compared to maybe some of the yarn shops up here in the north. But anyway, let me grab what I have here. The yarn shop, let me show you here, is called Sheep Thrills. Okay, and it is in Lauderhill, Florida. We were visiting Fort Lauderdale, and so this was about 20 minutes from, like I said, where we were staying. There's the information there. Got it? Okay. But this was yarn heaven. It was huge. I didn't even, my husband was outside waiting for me. This time he just decided he wasn't coming in. Like I said, it was Florida, hot, and I knew I couldn't stay very long, but I could have stayed in there all day. It was huge, huge. The selection was overwhelming. To me, I get overwhelmed when there's too much to pick from, too much to choose from. And I went in with just no certain project in mind. I don't know if you do that. I envy people that can say, this is the pattern I want. I'm looking for the yarn. This is what I'm going to do. I just go in willy-nilly, choose something. Like I said, I wanted something maybe linen, cotton, to do some type of summer sweater. I knew I wanted something like that. But color-wise, pattern-wise, I had nothing in mind. It's overwhelming. But anyway, that doesn't mean to say I didn't come out with something, because I did. Let me show you here. Okay, I'm on a pink craze. I don't know, this dusty pink color. It's looking a little more pink on the camera here than it is. It's more like a dusty rose pink. I just had to have it. I saw it. I had to have it. Let me show you. It's called Zooey. See that there? It is, if you saw on there, soft cotton linen blend. It's 60% cotton and 40% linen. It is soft, summery type feel. I can tell that it's going to make up some kind of beautiful summer sweater. Like I said, I don't even have a sweater in mind. It is a sport weight. So I did get a sport weight. So if anybody has any ideas of a summer type tee in a sport weight, I know, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. Even the book I had, I can look through, but I haven't yet. I picked because of the color and the content, the feel of it. It's just beautiful. So I got 3 of these. It has, let me see how many yards in it. I'm not even sure how many yards are in here. Not even sure it says. It does. 284 yards or 260 meters. So I got 3 balls of it. I think that would be enough for my size for a summer tee. But anyway, can't wait to try this out. But I have 2 other sweaters I need to finish first. Do you think I will? Do you think that'll be the question? If you want to comment below, do you think Marie will hold off until she finishes the other 2 sweaters, one for herself and one for her daughter, before she starts a new one? I don't know. But anyway, I have to find a pattern first, so maybe I will be able to hold off. So I did buy that down there. And then just looking around quick, I don't even know why. Pink and orange. What is up with me and the pink and orange? You know, I think maybe it's been a couple years now. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I think I showed this on the tutorial, my Florida mug. I had to stop and get that. But anyway, a couple years ago, I think we were traveling either through Virginia Beach or down south, and I stopped at a yarn shop, and my daughter wanted a scarf, and she picked pink and orange color, and nothing that I would ever think of putting together. You can see me in my navy and my dark jewel tone colors, but I made her that scarf, and it was just beautiful. So why now look, okay, there's a theme going on here. What is up with me? I don't know. Maybe it just says summer to me. That must be what it is. I don't know. But anyway, so I did pick this up. It's cotton wool cashmere blend, 75% cotton, 15% wool, and 9% cashmere. I don't think that adds up to 100%, but whatever. I don't know. Anyway, this is the yarn here. It is, the colorway is white, raspberry, orange. Trendsetter, I think I'm not sure. But anyway, it is, look at those colors. That is just summer to me. I never used to wear pink at all. And I don't know what I'm even going to make out of this. It is a fingering weight, I believe. Not even sure. Like I said, I just pick by color what I see. And I got, let me see, I did get 2 of these. So whether I make a summer shawl, scarf, pair it with something, you know what, it might be beautiful in some type of color work. Fingering sweater. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I knew I just had to have it. So again, if anybody has any ideas, let me know. Like I said, I think it's a fingering weight here. But anyway, I think it's 75 grams. No, it's 50 gram balls. So maybe just some type of pretty summer scarf. So that is what I got at Sheep Thrills. So if you're ever down that way in Florida, look them up. You will not be disappointed. I think the lovely lady that helped me out, they were so sweet. I walked in, they came right up to me and asked me if I wanted a tour of the place, and you know, pointed out you needed a tour of the place. That's just saying, that's how big it was. They had a clearance room, and I didn't even make it there. But anyway, I think she said they're having a big sale in July. So you might want to, let me give you again, and I'll put this information below. You might want to check them out online. She said you could shop online. I believe it was July they're having a big sale. But I had hoped to go back when we were down there, but never made it back there. But I will check them out online also, and I hope you will. Anyway, so that was that acquisition, my vacation acquisition. And then before I left, I watch a podcast. I watch a lot of podcasts. There's so many lovely podcasts out there. And if you watch mine, if you come by mine and like and subscribe, I feel very grateful that you do, because like I said, there are so many out there. My little podcast just started for my local ladies that we used to get together, and we will soon. I promise them that probably in July, once I get my work schedule down, we will start getting together again. Most of us here in the United States, we're very lucky that we have been access to the vaccination, and so we will be getting together again. Like I was saying, this podcast basically started out for those ladies that had followed me from my first teaching knitting at a local yarn shop, to my own little yarn shop I had not for very long, to coming to my home here and knitting as a group, which is lovely. So we will be doing that again. And if you're ever in the area, you're welcome to come. But anyway, as I was saying, I watch a lot of other wonderful podcasts. And this one is in Pennsylvania here also. She is Fibernymph Dye Works. I'll show you there. She has a podcast out there that I started watching. A lovely lady, lovely dyer. I love what she does out there. I'll put her link below also. You can check her out. But I had to get this skein. Okay, so this is not pink. So proud of me about that. Anyway, it is not pink. It does have sparkle. How can I turn down sparkle? It's on her bedazzled base. I believe that's what it's called, bedazzle. But the colorway I had to get because it's called Driving PA East to West, which Pennsylvania, where I live here, and where she lives, I think she lives further east of me. But anyway, that's what it's called, Driving PA. So I had to get that. And also, I got a mini set, sorry for the crinkling, but with a number of different little mini skeins there. You can see there. Let me show you. I wanted some to go into that I've shown here before on the podcast. I needed some more for my habitation throw that I've been working on, and I'm still working on. I don't have it here to show. I got a little further on that. But anyway, so I needed some more, of course, pinks, purples, whatever, peach. So that's where I first saw her. I saw this out there and ordered that, watched her podcast. She's a lovely lady. So give her a look too. But anyway, so I think that's about all I have for this podcast here. Again, like I said, thank you so much if you followed me from the start. Thank you if you participated or watched and liked the tutorial on the slipper sock alone. And like if you comment on that last tutorial for the slipper sock where we learned how to do the Kitchener stitch, I want to draw some prizes. So go out there. You have some time to do that before I draw prizes for that. Send me some pictures if you finished your slipper socks, or even if you started them. I'd love to see some pictures of how it's going, or some comments as to how it's going, if you tried it, if you're still working at it. Also, on Ravelry, I will be, look out there, I will be opening a thread for some languishing whips that you have, to go ahead and pull those out and finish and post those. And I will be sure and do some prizes from there also. That I'll have going on all through summer. Let's say through August, the last day of August, August 31st, I think it is. We'll call it Languishing Whips, Finishing Languishing Whips. How's that? But anyway, so check that out. And please like, subscribe. I hope you will. I hope you'll share this podcast. Like I said, I would love to up my viewership. I know I have some people from California, some as far as, I don't know, all over the world, a couple people, which is just amazing to me, and I really appreciate it. But I would like to grow my subscribership, so if you would, please give me a thumbs up and share this. And I will hope to be seeing you soon. Maybe in about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I'd like to do more often podcasts now that I finished the tutorial on the socks. I'll do a regular podcast more often, and hope I have some more finished objects to show you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're here in the U.S., I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I'll see you next time. Happy knitting.